This is Transcend with Nat, where we are awakening to the spiritual heart, sharing stories and awarenesses along the path of transcendence. Hi, and welcome to Transcend with Nat. This is Nat. I am your host. And today we're going to be talking about your visions and what can get in the way of that, and how to clarify and make sure that they're in alignment so that as you move towards what you're going towards, that you have an alignment and you're not working against yourself. And to do that, we're going to be referencing my latest book, Transcending the Practice of Spiritual Living, Volume 2. We're going to be talking about Chapter 14, Are You Working Against Yourself? And I'm going to be looking at the story from there, and we're going to be talking about some other things on how to align yourself with your visions in a way that you're not going to be working against yourself, that you're in greater alignment with where you are going. And this book, Transcending the Practice of Spiritual Living, Volume 2, is available on Amazon by me, Nathaniel Sherritt. You can also get it on my website, transcend.online. You can also sign up and find out about the events that I'm doing. The light gathering every Tuesday, you can come to that online where we put things into the light. You have an opportunity to just let go, to get greater light into different areas of your life or those you love or care about, or just situations in the world. You also have an opportunity to hold the light for others who may be going through difficult times or are just needing to put things in the light. We do some sharing at those with me, and it's a great opportunity to touch in. So if you want to be part of that, you can also get that on my website, transcend.online. And in case you don't know, I do private spiritual counseling sessions with people. So if that's something that you think would be supportive to you, if you'd like to work directly and privately with me, you can get that as well on my website, transcend.online. And so let's jump into this. This story is basically in this book, Transcending the Practice of Spiritual Living, Volume 2, Chapter 14, Are You Working Against Yourself? The story is a friend of mine who was sharing with me his visions for the future and was asking me what blocks I could see could get in the way of what he was looking to create. And what jumped out to me, knowing his higher purpose and his spiritual vision and his spiritual intention, and then comparing that to the visions, to the goals, to the things that he was looking towards creating in this world, in his life, it was apparent to me that if he got those things, it may derail him or challenge him in maintaining his spiritual purpose, because they seem to be at odds. At least the way he was presenting it, the way he was envisioning these things, seemed to be at odds with his higher calling and his higher purpose, and could derail it. And therefore, that higher purpose was really important to him in his life. So if he was going to be creating something that was not going to be supportive of that, there is something in there where he may sabotage himself and sabotage his vision so that he doesn't get off track of this higher calling. Or the spirit may not support him in that because he has a split in where he's going versus what the internally important thing is. I talked to him about bringing them into alignment with each other, where the vision, as he came into that, as he manifested that, as he went towards that, that it would support him and it would actually be good for his spiritual intentions and his spiritual purpose, versus creating a split and something that might take him off of track. There was some questions I asked him, and I think those questions can be revealing. And that is, if you actually created everything that you wanted, if you'd already done that, what would be worth risking it all for? What would you be willing to give it all up for? Because see, that really clarifies the most important things in your life. It's what is worthy. What is the thing that's worthy of sacrificing all of your wants? What is worthy of the greatest part of who you are? And then this is a really good one. What will your success be empty without? So if you have a vision, you have goals, you have an idea that you're going towards or looking to manifest, if you got all of that, what would it be empty if you didn't have? And if you had that thing that your life would be empty without, even with all the things and all the success and all of that, if you had that thing becomes more important than all of it. It becomes that thing that you would sacrifice that for. It becomes a thing that creates greater fulfillment in your life. And so that starts clarifying your vision. One of the concepts that my teacher, John Roger, talked about was the triangle of manifestation. And he talked about it in terms of one side of the triangle is the feelings, is the emotions. The other side is the mind, the thoughts. And then the bottom is your actions. And you need all of these things aligned in order to have manifestation. And then to have proper manifestation, to have higher manifestation, then you need to have growth, you need to have learning, you need to have upliftment. So if you create something and you're not experiencing greater growth, learning, and upliftment inside of you spiritually, then you're not doing or practicing proper manifestation. And if you go to manifest something and you're just not feeling it, your feelings are not there. You have the thought, you think it'd be good, you're doing the actions, but something inside is like dreading it or just not in line with it. You need to start looking at what that is and start asking those questions so that you can bring the vision where all of that's in alignment. That's a really important part of the manifesting. And the way I look at it is you create that internal intention, that spiritual intention. You start looking at those things that are really, truly important, such as the inner experience that you need to have, that you're looking for in all of that. You know, maybe that's the experience of loving. Maybe that's the experience of home. Maybe that's the experience of expansion. But whatever that experience is, that internal experience that is fulfilling for you, that without that, your creations are not fulfilling, that starts becoming your intention. And that's what you hold at the top of your triangle. That's the direction you're going. And then you make sure that your purposes, your goals, your visions are in line with that, are creating that, are moving you in greater relation to that. And then you make sure that that triangle is working together. Because if you have this great feeling towards what you want to go for, and you have the thoughts and you have the vision, but you're just sitting there and you're not taking any action towards it, you're not fulfilling that triangle. And you need to be doing that triangle in order to create the manifestation. And if you want to get more about that, about these questions that are clarifying that I brought up earlier, you can get that in Transcending the Practice of Spiritual Living. That's something that is available to you. The other thing that I want to share with you is there's a retreat that I'm doing with a good friend, Gretchen. She's a Olympic snowboarder, won the X Games a bunch of times. We met in University of Santa Monica doing a 2-year master's program in spiritual psychology. And she and I have done a workshop in Aspen, and we're going to be doing a retreat here in Puerto Rico. And it's going to be super awesome. And so I'd love your light if you're not able to make it, but you can go to my website and find out more about it at transcend.online. And I'd love for you, any questions, reach out to me, talk to me about it. If you have any hit whatsoever that you're just interested to know more about it, just reach out to me and we can talk about it. I can tell you about it, but there's going to be a little bit of adventure, some beginner versions of surfing, free diving, and as well as e-foiling. And it's beginner level. And if you do have more skills in any of those things, there's opportunity for you as well. But that's just the small part of it. That's just the fun little adventure side of it. But we're also going to be in this beautiful spot near my home here in Isabela in Puerto Rico. We're going to be doing a workshop that's designed on letting go. It's designed on letting go of those things that you've been carrying around in your limiting beliefs, your mind, also your emotional hurts, working on bringing greater healing, greater loving into those areas, and then reconnecting with your soul, with your authentic self, so that you can live more from that spiritual place. And it's a 5-day retreat. It's 4 full days. And then the first day is a half day where you are coming in and we're orienting you, and we have a nice dinner planned. We're going to have great food as well. It's going to be really, really fun because I want to do fun things. I want fun retreats. So yes, there's going to be a lot of work, and we're going to give you an opportunity for opening, but also there's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of joy in that work. And you'll have an opportunity to do that with other people. And so I'm super excited about that. So if you want to find out more about that, go to my website, transcend.online, and you can find out all of the offerings that are available that I'm doing, that I'm involved in. And if you would like something in your area, request it. Let me know. Maybe I might be there at some point and we can arrange something. There's so much opportunity to do this good work, to connect in with people. So God bless you all. Until next time, Berush Beshan, which means the blessings already are, and they really are. 'Cause I'm free. Just forgive yourself. Come on, let it be. 'Cause I'm free.